this season we probably thought was going to mean a lot more than it does. It's the Raiders and Broncos who seem to both be out of it already.
Both out of it already. And I think the tough thing is, with the struggles for the Broncos, there doesn't seem to be any doubt, at least from ownership, even though ownership took over after Nathaniel Hackett was hired, that he's the guy moving forward. And Mark Davis has had to come out and defend the hire of Josh McDaniels and his job security, even though, they're one game apart at this point. So kind of an interesting difference between the two organizations, given how much both have struggled this year. I'm going to take the 2.5 points, though, and the Raiders. I just think they have the capability of being the better team in this instance. The Broncos offense has never consistently played well for 4 quarters defensively, even though they've been good. And I think they match up well with the Raiders. This is going to be a tight game, one in which I think it's a low-scoring game, and I'll take the 2.5 points.
Is Russell Wilson washed up?
No, he's not washed up. I think there's a lot of factors that play a part.
He's been a big part of it, though. He's been awful.
Well, the play calling hasn't been great.
No.
He hasn't played his best football.
Correct.
The
offensive line is terrible.
The offensive line is bad. They have not played well. And I also think there's something to be said for developing that chemistry with the guys he's throwing to. It's probably even more paramount and important for a guy like him, being that he's got to throw with timing and anticipation because he's not going to be able to see quite as well from the pocket. Unless they were booting him out and getting him outside, you may make a different case, but that's even harder, I think, on him. So it's a work in progress, there's no doubt. You've seen flashes of it, just not really what we thought we'd see.
I don't think Derek Carr is going to be crying after this one. I just don't. I don't think we're going to see a full
happy tears, perhaps?
Maybe happy tears.
You don't worry, though. Forget that portion of it.
I never forget that portion of it.
Adams has come out and said it. Carr came out and said it. Josh McDaniels has alluded to it. Clearly, there's a disconnect in the locker room in Las Vegas where there's some players and there's coaches that don't feel like all those guys are about ball and they're about football right now. Well, that seems to be the running theme of what they're saying.
That's why you pay Josh McDaniels all that money. If you're a head coach in the NFL and nobody's about ball, you get rid of them. That's what you do.
Well, some would say that's the GM's responsibility.
He runs the show, basically.
You can't get rid of every single player that John Gruden drafted. They already got rid of Jonathan Abram.
No, I get it. But, again, I think the Raiders are going to win this game. I think the Broncos offense, think about this. There was no Jeffrey Simmons, Bud Dupree. They had 5 sacks, and they just mauled Russell Wilson all day long last week.
The play calling's been atrocious
the Titans
in
did.
Denver.
Yeah, but you also, the offensive line is terrible. You can't call plays when your line is that bad.
I understand that. You can make a case for that. And the offensive line play has not been good. The bottom line, though, is the play calling has been atrocious.
And Russ hasn't been good either. So neither has Derek Carr at times, by the way. Both teams have struggled. I think I'll take the Raiders because I think their pass rush will be able to influence the game.
Saw a Broncos account on Twitter, somebody that follows the Broncos, tweet that if they had scored 18 points exactly in every game, they'd be 8-1, the Broncos. Instead, they're 3-6. Because they haven't been able to do that. And
do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.